Nice. Kelly, how are you?
Hey Ryan, how's it going?
I'm all right, thanks. So, can you give me a sense of what was the impetus for the ZG21 kind of being somewhere in between, as you guys said earlier, the Code Chaos and the Tour 360? What was the demand like in the market that kind of got you guys to this place? Okay, we need to create something that's lightweight but also spiked.
Well, Tour 360 is our franchise, our iconic franchise. So we're not going to move away from that. And we just launched Code Chaos in 2020, and that thing is blowing up. But we do know that with the growth in spikeless consumers, there's still a need for spikes and performance spike product as well. So that was sort of like the seed that planted everything. We can't ignore the golfer that still wants to wear spiked footwear.
Do you think this creates an opportunity to convert some of those folks who maybe went to spikeless shoes because they wanted comfort, maybe even a little bit more than they wanted traction, to come back to spiked shoes because of this?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you just saw it with Daniel Berger. He was been wearing Code Chaos for, I don't know, a good portion of last year, if not every tournament he entered. And then just now in our last weekend in the Century, he switched over. So I think we pride ourselves in having product that meets the demands for all types of golfers. So if they choose to go from spike to spikeless and back to spikeless, spiked again, you know, we're happy with that.
What was the challenge for your team and you guys in trying to think of how to make this as light as possible while still being able to have enough stability there so that it was reasonable to have spikes in the first place?
Yeah, it was a challenge, but being lightweight was just it was one of the main goals of this project, but we just didn't want to sacrifice comfort. We didn't want to sacrifice traction and stability. All those factors are almost equally as important to each other. So we are saying this is a light shoe, and it is a light spike shoe, one of our lightest. Um, but we're not going to ignore the fact that traction, stability, and comfort are also key aspects of a good golf shoe.
How long was the development time from conception to getting to the actual product? Has this been something that's been in your mind for a few years, or has this been something that kind of came up relatively recently?
Well, our development timeline from start to finish is about 18 months. And even prior to that, I would say, 5 to 6 months prior to that, we start planning what the season is going to be looking like and what the arrangement's going to be, what the offering is going to be. And then even before that, we're taking feedback from our markets globally. So, you're looking at 21 months start to finish, roughly.
Yeah.
It's a long it's a long process, but a very rewarding one.
And the decision to have two men's models, BOA and traditional laces, a BOA in women's, and then going into juniors, it seems like there's been more continuity from you guys in terms of offering your high end shoes, your highest package shoes across the spectrum. Would you talk a little bit about why you guys choose to do that and what impact you think that has on the market?
You know, it's a tough question to answer, but we know that both a male and female golfer have similar needs when it comes to the game of golf. We know that when we talk to our players and our consumers, both male and female, um, comfort is important, style is important, flexibility, traction, all the elements that you're seeing in our footwear are equally as important to both genders. And to create a complete package and to create a complete family of product, we do bring it down into the youth sizes.
you guys have worked really hard in the last few years, especially models that are maybe use kind of a more knit top or something along those lines, where you're coming up with ways to try to build stability without being too heavy. Is that something that you guys can even take forward into the Tour 360 franchise that might make it a more appealing shoe to some people who might think they're right in between ZG21 and Tour 360?
Yeah, so definitely, if you're familiar with our current range, our Tour 360 spikeless does come in a textile-based upper, both for men and women. And so, yeah, you're seeing our franchise of Tour 360 move into that direction as well, but we're never going to move away from the iconic leather-based stable Tour 360.
So this franchise's point, which is to kind of take some of the things that you've learned from building stability within spikeless, within that kind of more textile based upper, those types of parts and shoes, and making that stability available.
Correct. Yes, it does. It's almost a perfect blend of what you find in our Tour 360 and in terms of its stability, its traction, its overall silhouette, and maybe profile. But it also takes some of the key aspects of Code Chaos in terms of its upper materials, its sustainability, its comfort. So we found like an opportunity in the market, especially being a product that really reflects our brand as a performance-based golf brand. So that's sort of like sums up what ZG21 is.
And last question: what are you most proud of about this shoe, you personally?
What am I most proud of? Wow, that's I think it's about the team effort. It wasn't just me who sat and designed this thing. It was working in conjunction with our product marketing team, our development team, our factories in Asia, our wear testers, and just coming together, having one single vision and staying true to that vision all the way through the process. That's really rewarding.
All right, thanks so much, Kelly. I appreciate it. I know you got a busy day ahead and have already done a whole lot of this stuff, so thanks for taking the time. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.